What's going on? What's going on, Facebook? We are back. We are back in this thing on this Tuesday. I just wanted to jump on and stay consistent with my system. Uh, Commitment is everything. Commitment is everything. So I just wanted to jump in and give y'all a little word today. Tonight, just wanted to give y'all a little word. Like I said, I want to be consistent with my tent. So thus you have this late night. And you see the title of the video, right? Title of the video is Would you rather be average? Would you rather be average or would you rather do what it takes to compete? Would you rather do what it takes to put yourself in position to get aligned with purpose and to take the sacrifice and take the risk to get to where it is you're trying to go? Or would you rather play it safe? Would you rather play it safe or would you rather go out there all guts, no glory type of mindset? And that's my topic for tonight. So if you look at statistics, right? If you look at data, if you look at analytics, this is applicable to my men. This is applicable to my brothers. The average man in this country, black man, makes $40,500 a year. In your opinion, is that average or is that above average? That's the average. That's the average median income for a black man. What that number tells me is that we're okay with playing it safe. We're okay with playing it safe. Some of my guys, we're cool with playing it safe. And the reason you're okay with playing it safe is because it's comfortable over there on that side. It's easier over there. You have a level of comfort over there on that side. So it's like, well, I'm cool, $40,500 a year before taxes. And we know what we got going on right now. We got inflation boy happening right now. So 40,500 in today's time is actually equivalent to 32,000 to roughly 32 to 34,000 per annum per year. So the whole notion of playing it safe, guys, that's not going to help you elevate. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm okay with that being a pit stop. I'm okay with that being a fork in the road, because some of us, we might have to go that route, and that's okay. And that's okay. My whole thing is don't get complacent and don't be content with being on that side, because it's when we get content and get complacent in our comfort zone, that's where we die. My brothers, that's where we die. That is where you get to the point to where it's like, okay, I'm decent, but I want more. I'm decent, but I want to be better. I'm decent, but I want to go further. Excuse me, y'all. We got my daughter got a cat up in this thing. Chris, come get this cat. So when we're in that comfort zone, when we're in that realm of complacency, that invites in laziness, that invites the sluggishness, that invites the lack of motivation. So my whole thing is fight the complacency, fight the being content, fight it with everything that's in you. Just you dig in. No matter what the circumstances look like on the surface, no matter what they feel like on the surface, because I can speak for myself. Coming out of the situations that I've come out of, if you looking at them on the surface, as many of you know me from either school or know me from on a personal level, coming from where I come from, the average perspective from the average person is going to look at that like this is the end of the road. There's nowhere else for me to go, because now the background is damaged, the educational side of it is damaged. The perspective of society is damaged, and you have to work, you have to grind, you have to put in the work to combat and reconstruct that aspect of it. So my thing is, if me can do this, figure this thing out, go do the work, Go put in the work, because man, we got to start with us first. Because not sure if you're aware or not, but just the mere fact of being a black man out here in today's society, you are already at odds. You are already at odds. The deck is already stacked against you. Just being a man out here, a black man out here in society. So not only do we have to combat that, but God forbid if we didn't went out here and move reckless like I did in my teens. So now you got a double whammy on you. You got a double whammy on you. So now you have to fight twice as hard. Not to include the fact that the more and more time go by in this day and age, in this generation, the more and more the inflation is rising on us. So as a black man, we have to figure out the inflation. We have to figure out who we are as a man. We have to figure out what direction we need to go in. So now is the time to get in position, get locked in, and get focused. We cannot walk through this thing, my man. We cannot walk through this thing and just expect the 20% that we put into the universe to give us back 100% payout. You cannot be upset with the return you getting on your investment if you giving the universe and you giving the world 20% of your effort. Because I know for a fact there's been times where I wasn't even operating at 40% and was looking for that 100% payout. I wasn't even operating at 40 and was expecting 100% payout. So I know some of y'all are operating in that contentment, that complacency, and that level of I'm cool, but yet still you expecting a greater return from the universe, but you're not willing to do the work. You're not willing to lose. You're not willing to hurt. You're not willing to sacrifice. You're like, oh, no, I don't want that. That seems like that's too uncomfortable. I don't want to go out there and do the impossible thing. I don't want to go out there and do what everybody's saying that I can't do. I don't want to go do that because I'm good over here on this end. I'm content with my $40,500 a year. I'm good with that. But then when you sitting by yourself and you in solitude, or when you seeing such and such post what they posting on social media, because we all caught up with this whole social media posting. We see such and such hopping out the car. We see such and such hopping out with the clothes. We see such and such hopping out posting the money phones. We looking at that like, man, I'm supposed to have that. Man, I'm supposed to be in that position. I want to be that. You don't want to be that though, because number one, we don't understand what it took for them to get there. Number two, if you ain't putting in at least 100% of your best, that vision right there, that dream right there, ain't got nothing to do with you. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Sit back, be cool with that 40, because you're not willing to do the work. You don't want to put the work in. You don't want to sweat. You don't want to get your hands dirty. You too good for that. You too good. That's beneath you. No, it ain't. What's beneath you is making that $40,500 a year. That's what's beneath you. That's what's beneath you. You wasn't called out here to be that. You wasn't called out here to be that. So get in position, focus on whatever it is that you want. Whatever it is that you want. You want to start a business? Perfect. I got the contacts. I got the resources. I know which direction to send you in if that's what you're trying to do. But at the end of the day, if you're not understanding that you're gonna have to invest, and I'm not talking about investing in me. You ain't got to give me nothing. You ain't paying me nothing. No, you're not paying me nothing. Let's get that clear right now. You're not paying me nothing. But the resources and the contacts I have, if you want to start a business in anything, you want to start a business selling shirts, my females, if you want to start a business doing lashes, my men, if you want to start a business helping people with their credit, whatever that thing is, got the contacts. I got the contacts. You got to be willing to invest. You got to be willing to lose. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Every business venture is not a for sure thing. There are no for sure things in this life. The only thing that is for sure, I'm going to give it to you like this. The only thing that is for sure right here is if you don't go for what you want, you will never go get what you want if you don't go for it. Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you want something to change, you have to change. On this side, though. On this side. So, my fellas, my ladies, whatever it is you're looking to do, if you're not comfortable where you at, if you're not satisfied where you at, if you feel like you could be doing more, now is the season to start doing more. Now is the season to start doing more. Y'all excuse me real quick. Now is the season to start doing more. Now is the season to start putting that work in, man. Like, even for me, I ain't finished high school. I got a GED. I had a GED. Went back to school. Went back to school to get my degree in business management, business administration. Went back to school. Just enrolled in IPEC today to get my certification for motivational speaking and a professional life coach. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what it is that you done been through, the losses you done took. It does not matter. I know on the surface, on paper, it may seem like, man, I think I'm out of there. I don't think I got no chance at that. I'm gonna just go ahead and be cool and, you know what I'm saying, rock out with my 40, rock out with my 40 and you know, and lay in content lane. Man, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. You want better, you want to be better, you want to feel better, you want to attract better. Because what we attract out here in this universe is what we putting out. Or what we putting out. If you notice that all you getting is bull, if all you getting is negativity, if all you getting is bad energy, go look in the mirror and do that self-analyzation. Go do inventory on self. Because we are our biggest enemy. We are our biggest enemy, whether you believe it or not. How many times have you sat up there and came up with this great idea, this great plan, this bad mama jamma, and you sat up there, meditated on it, put it together, and low-key talked yourself out of it. Low-key talked yourself out of it. Like, man, I probably ain't gonna be able to do that. This is getting on my nerves. Y'all hold on. Bear with me one time, y'all. We building it while we fly. Bear with me, y'all. Jesus Christ. Whole another aspect of this thing, man. Yeah, man. That's how I'm coming. That's what I'm telling you, man. You know, we sit up there, we come up with these marvelous plans, we come up with these great ideas and these grand ideas. We come up with them and we be lit. We be excited about these boys. We be ready to get it in. And then all it takes for us to be in solitude and being that individuality and just be one deep. And you will sit out there and you will talk yourself out of it. Well, man, I probably can't. I probably need a little more to get it going. Yeah. Now I ain't gonna be able to do it like that because I ain't got no college degree. Now I ain't gonna be able to do it because I ain't really got the context. I ain't really got the money to pull this off. So you know what? I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna wait on the right time to get it going. I'm gonna wait on the right time. Let me wait on the right time. I'm gonna wait on the right time. You know when the right time is? The time you thought about that idea, the time you put that plan in motion, the time you constructed that system, that formula, whatever it was you came up with, that was the time for you to go out there and make the sacrifice and do what it takes. So you gotta get extra out here now, because every market that you think you want to get in, every market is saturated now. No market is like it was back in the early 90s and the early 2000s. No market is like that anymore. So you are going to have to get intentional and get extra as hell. You're going to have to do stuff that you don't see nobody else doing. If you, whatever lane you in, For example, if you see people that's selling merchandise, they selling apparel. If they selling apparel, 9 out of 10, they're gonna be selling apparel and just selling apparel. You come get your shirt, you come get your pants, you come get your shoes, whatever they selling, you just come get that and that be what it is. You're gonna have to do some extra stuff if that's the lane you in. You have to be extra. You're gonna have to give them something. Because you gotta think about it. There's hundreds of apparel companies out there. Hundreds of apparel companies out there. What is going to help and make yours stand apart? What's going to set yours aside? What's going to make yours different? If there's hundreds of them, so that means the market is saturated. That means you ain't the only game in town. You ain't the only game in town, but you're going to have to set that thing up and make that industry understand and feel that is the only game in town. Whatever them boys doing over there at X, Y, and Z fashions, man, I can't compete with that. And whatever that creative idea is for your material, your merchandise, you got to figure that part out. You got to figure that part out. You got to book a session because I can't give it to you. You got to book a session for that. But I'm just saying that idea is yours and yours alone to decide and figure out, because there is a way. There is a way. You can figure that thing out. So don't get caught up in the fact that the market is saturated. Don't get caught up in the fact that there's so many other, whatever industry you in, there's so many other companies. Man, don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that. Figure out a way to stand apart. Figure out a way to be set aside. Figure out a way to make your services or your product different from what the market is offering. Because all you got to do is study your competition. Just like they made us go down there in school and study everything, read them history books, take them quizzes, take them tests. Just how they made us study for that, you have to have that same devotion and that same intention when it comes to building your foundation and building your legacy. If you can get out there, for my people that went to college and they got their degrees, if you can go out there and get them people $40,000 to $60,000 in student loan debt consistently for 4 years and give them 4 years of study time, you can't tell me that you can't come give yourself that same formula. You got to be able to give, you got to be able to kick back to self too. You know, like I said, I don't knock the whole 9 to 5 lane. I do not knock it. My blue collar brothers, man, hey, I'm right here. Hey, I'm right here with you. Got love for y'all. But what I will tell you is this though, you cannot go out here and go give somebody else's company, somebody else's organization 40 to 60 hours of your time and not come back to your home or wherever you land your head and not give yourself 3 to 4 hours worth of work on yourself and whatever plan you got. Man, you got to balance that scale out. If you're going to go get them 60 hours, you come back and give yourself 4 to 6 hours. If you're going to get them 40 hours, you come give yourself at least 2 to 4 hours. Personal development, the mental health, and your emotional state. You got to give yourself that time because it's a competition out here. It is a competition out here. Everybody want to be friendly. Everybody want slap hands. Oh, listen. This is a competition out here. At the end of the day, and I always say it, man, you have to study to show yourself approved. You have to show your work. You have to get in position. Can't be out here talking about, man, I want to live like this, man, I want that. No. If you ain't giving yourself at least 4 to 6 hours a week on personal development and whatever plan, whatever vision you got, if you're not giving yourself that, man, don't expect a negative ROI. You know what ROI is? That's a return on investment. That means you put something in to get something back. That is the nutshell definition. So if you sat up there and you didn't put in a 60-hour work week for, say, Star Furniture, you didn't put a 60-hour work weekend for Star Furniture, and then you get back home and you Netflix and chilling. You tearing the pantry down, you tearing the refrigerator down, you getting your browse on social media. Who got the latest gossip? What's going on with the entertainers? What's going on? Yeah, and you doing that, man. You might well expect your ROI to be a negative. We can't play out here. We can't play. This is not playing season. It is intention season. It is let me get focused season. It has let me get rooted and grounded in whatever my purpose is season. And at the end of the day, like I've been saying, I'm gonna keep saying, man, by any means necessary. I don't care what it takes, whatever it takes. And that's the model that I'm going with. That's the model that I'm going with. Because the title of this video, would you rather be average? I told you what the average salary was for the black man. So if 40,500 is okay with you, then look, but with all due respect, this ain't for you. I ain't talking to you. This is for my men, this is for my gentlemen that want to get to that next level. And there's a formula that you need to get there. There's steps you have to take to get there. The number one step is work on self. Before you can get anything situated and get anything established, work on yourself. Work on yourself. And I'm gonna say this about the work on yourself part. You know, I don't know who's all religious or what have you, but anybody ever heard the saying, physician, heal thyself? Can't heal yourself. Can't heal yourself. Feel how you want, think how you want. Therapy for my men is highly recommended. Highly recommended. You gotta understand, we come from some stuff. We come from some stuff. There was some stuff associated with us, childhood, teenager, adulthood. I ain't no therapist. I ain't gonna give you no diagnosis. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if you know you got some scars and you got some baggage, man, look into it. Man, look into it. I recommend it. I recommend it highly, man. Go get that work. Go get that work, man. That's step number one, man. Self-inventory. What I was saying earlier, man. Self-inventory, man. Self-analyzation. Go look at that. Go look at that man in the mirror. Man. Check that man in the mirror, because that man in the mirror is the one that will oftentimes talk us out of some stuff. That man in the mirror. So first, get this together. Get these together. Get these on one accord. Because, man, we can't just use this one. We can't use this one. We got to use this one. We got to use this one. So get them two together. Once you get them two together, put in that work on that self-development. Whatever your vision is, whatever your plan is, do not be scared. Fear and faith cannot dwell in the same habitat. Fear and faith have no business being incorporated together. The only reason that they coincide in the least bit is the fact that they are both a feeling, that they're both an emotion. So you can't operate in fear. Man, I don't know if I should go out here and do this. But at the same time, man, I believe in God. God gonna make a way for me. Faith that I works is dead. Faith that I works is dead. So you got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. Either I'm gonna operate in this fear, or I'm gonna operate in this faith. Understand, when you operate in that faith, you got to do some things now. You got to do some things. You're gonna have to get real extra out here. You're gonna have to get real extra out here. Like, man, me and my brother, early mornings, late nights. Y'all see, what time is it right now? It's 11:30. You know what time we going to bed? Probably about 3. Probably about 3 or 4 in the morning. Gonna lay down for about 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, and get back up and get right back on that mission, get right back on that grind. This ain't time to sleep. We'll sleep later. We'll go get comfortable later. But this ain't the season to get comfortable in. It's too much going on the outside of your front door. It's too much going on the outside of your front door for you to be sitting up here to myself, man, I gotta get my 8 hours. Man, I gotta get my 10 hours out here. I ain't giving that bed no 10 hours. I ain't giving that bed no 10 hours. Get intentional, get deliberate, and figure out your lane, figure out your path, man. Figure out your path. Would you rather be average? Would you rather be average, man? That's my question. Would you rather be average, or would you rather go out here and go get uncomfortable? Go get uncomfortable to live the life that you want. The choice is up to you though. That's the thing. It's all in your hand. You ain't gotta take nothing I'm saying. I'm just somebody who came from something. I'm just somebody who came out of something. That's it. I'm just somebody who came out of something. That's it. So I don't know. I don't have every answer. I don't have all the answers, but I do have the answers to being stuck. I do have the answers to finding your purpose and finding your why. I do have them answers. So, man, it's time to lock in, fellas, ladies. It's time to lock in, man. It's time to lock in because we ain't getting no help from that them same people we ran down there to them voting booths and put up in that thing. Hey, we ain't getting no help from them. We ain't getting no help from them. We sitting up here right now. Boys paying at $5.25 for that gallon. Average car is about 27 to 28 gallons to fill up. So you do that math. Yeah, that's 5 times 20. We'll make it easy and do even numbers, man. 5 times 20. Yes, sir. So the help ain't from them. The help ain't from that side. The help is within, man. The help is within. You got to put yourself in position. You got to put yourself in that lane. You got to separate you. Whatever it takes, man. What I will say is this. And I'm speaking from experience. That uncomfortable feeling that you get when you go out there and you try to go do something and you try to go figure out some stuff, that feeling that you get where it's like kind of fear, but kind of like uncertainty, like I don't know, and maybe I should hold off or maybe I should wait till the right time. I'm going to say this. Try this. When you get that feeling, whatever that feeling is, when you get that feeling, push through that feeling. Push through that feeling. That's the test. That's the part where you're getting ready to study and show yourself approved. That's the part where you're getting ready to show your work. Just like they used to tell us at school, man, we had to show our work when we did that basic math. And you be sitting up there saying to yourself, like, man, I know I know that 25, I gotta show my work on that. It's simple. No, that uncomfortable feeling, that level of uncertainty, that level of that sense of fear, push through it and just try and just see what happens. Whatever it is, that's your homework for the night. Find a vision, find a goal. Don't worry about how you're gonna do it. Don't worry about all the mechanics. Man, don't worry about none of that. Worry about what it is that you want to do and write it down. Write it down. And then implement them steps. Implement them steps, man. Get out that fear. Get out that fear and get off that fence and get in that game and get active, man. So, would you rather be average? Because operating in fear gonna make sure you gonna make sure you average. You operate in fear is gonna make sure you average. So, lock in, get focused, write down your vision, write down your plan. And like I said, don't worry about the how factor, how you gonna pull it off. You know what all you gonna need and who you gonna need to make it work. And don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about none of that. Worry about whatever it is. Worry about why am I doing it though? Why am I doing it? Whatever your why factor is, whatever your reason for doing it is, that's the reason you want to focus on. You want to focus on that. So until next time, my good people, peace, love, and motivation.